Hi, hello there. I am Mike Osibeme, Ihapami, your love doctor at the Love Clinic. I welcome you again to another session in the series we've been on for some time on Give Him What He Wants. I've been talking to the women folk on how to make the home, the marriage, the relationship sweeter by giving the husband what he wants. Oh, a lot of calls, a lot of messages on the WhatsApp line and on Facebook. But I tell all ladies, don't worry, very soon we will be turning the table and we will be talking about giving the woman what she wants. Because a lot of women have called in and called me and said, am I not talking about what the man should give them? We are going to go into that very soon. But on giving him what he wants, number 7, woman, avoid excessive demands. Avoid excessive demands. Don't demand excessively from your husband. Even if your husband is the director of the treasury or the central bank, whichever way, please know that profit comes when you know how to channel and direct your desires and needs correctly. Please, I, as a person, in my own opinion, I don't know how this applies to you or cuts across to you. I don't encourage a woman to be, in quote, a full-time housewife. Not in this dispensation and time. That's what some people call it, a full-time housewife. I tell you, if that's your pose, if that's your stance, if that is what your husband wants you to be, I tell you, in this age and dispensation, you are subscribing to a full time of hardship and punishment. Peradventure, anything happens to that man in the nearest future, especially for those who are in climes where there is no social security, where there are no life insurances and assurances, please, this is life. Things happen. Incidents happen. Calamities. We will live long. We will live good. We will live well. But nobody knows tomorrow. Yes, the grace of God is guiding and protecting us, but you need to be secured as a woman. If you don't have any form of income except what your husband gives you as a woman, then you are treading on dangerous corridors. Do you know that for some women, to change their undies, to buy sanitary pads, until their husband comes or mobilizes them, nothing is done. But if that is you, then you are living in bondage. Listen to me, women. You don't need to be a career woman. You don't need to work in an oil company. You don't need to be a banker. You don't need to be a professional of some sort or an industrialist, whatever. But please don't be idle as a wife. You can have a small supermarket. You can run a small supermarket. You can have a boutique. You can have a salon. You can trade in something. You could go into designing. You could have a brand of your own over time. Into agriculture, you can go sell something on Amazon, on various platforms, Alibaba, and what have you. Sell something. You must just be making money. Somebody said, once money stops flowing into your hands, then things will start dying in your hands. Whether as a husband, whether as a wife, it affects all. But as a woman, you must have something doing. And when you are industrious as a wife, you will earn more respect from your husband and from his family members. They won't see you as a scavenger. They won't see you as a parasite. They will see you as somebody bringing something to the table. Very important. And then number 8 of what the man wants is you must love his passion. Love what your husband loves. Learn to develop an interest in what excites your husband. Every husband has what tickles them. You must learn to discover this as a wife, if you are wise, and learn to love it with him. For instance, many men will love football. That's how God designed us. But you might not be fanatical about football. You might not be interested in it. But if you know that is what excites and tickles your husband, Learn a little about it. Have an interest in what excites your husband. For some men, they are fanatical about their works. For some, it is their work, it is their business, it is their ventures that tickles them. For some men, it is their children. Oh, if you are like me, I love my children passionately. There are some men like that. There are some men, they love their mom. If it is his mother, some men can't do without their mom. Please, it will be wise of you as a woman, if you always want the best from your husband, help him to love her best. That's the mom. It will be wise. There are some men, they are crazy about wrestlings, about some home movies, some films here and there, movies here and there. If his passion is your passion, I tell you, your voyage in that marriage will be smoother and it will be wonderful. I am teaching you something profound, but you might say, well, his passion is not my passion. That is right, because we are wired differently. But if you are wise, learn to love what your husband loves and then learn to show it again from time to time. I tell you a secret. For instance, if your husband's passion is soccer, he loves soccer so well, just like many men, please don't start a conversation about your office, about your business, about your ventures when his favorite team is playing. A lot of women complain. They said, my husband doesn't contribute to what I'm saying. He doesn't give this. He doesn't say that. The question is, was it at the right time you spoke? Is watching his favorite team play? And that is when you are bringing the issue of children's school fees or whatever. You might not get the best from that man at that time. He's a man that loves video games. He's playing what's it called now? And it's at that point you are bringing issues about the tire in your car or something. You might not get the best from that man at that time. So you must learn to know what tickles him and excites him, and then flow in the tide with him at that time. Like I said, if it's soccer, for instance, don't start a conversation that is important about your people, about your stuffs. Don't start a conversation at that time, especially if his favorite team is playing. In fact, if you are wise as a woman, you might even learn the name of some players in his club. It's going to give you a comparative advantage into your husband's soul from time to time. If his favorite team is like Barca or Arsenal or Chelsea, and the match is going on, for instance, Barca, and you mention a player's name, Messi, or if it's Real Madrid, you mention what's his name now, Benzema. Your husband will look at you with one side of his eye that, wow, this woman is on the same page with him. Listen to me, woman. No man is hard, no man is difficult that a woman cannot handle. But the problem is timing. If you know how to do it well and you are able to ram it in at the appropriate time, I tell you, you will get the best from your man. If what tickles him is what excites you, you will get the best from him. If he's talking about passion, don't bring the issue of fashion. He's talking about passion, don't bring the issue of fashion at that time. And also, you must learn this. If his favorite team is playing and they are losing, they just pounded his team 4-0 or 3-1, especially when they are playing at home, or Liverpool like me and they are pounding us at home, and then you are telling me one or two things, I will listen. And the man is thinking, how his friends are going to make fun of him. Guys, when we meet, I will talk about sports. And at that point, you are bringing an issue about your phone that is not charging well or something. I tell you, at that point, he may not give you the best of answers, and you might feel bad and you feel something is wrong. Please, I beg you, woman, learn your husband's passion. Know what tickles him. Every man I know is fanatical about something. Find out that which is for your husband. Find it out and help him to love it. It could be his religion. Many men are fanatical about their religion. Love it with him with that same zest and passion, except where it is getting to the extreme. Perhaps violence is getting involved, terrorism is getting involved. That is when you pull out, and then you can now say, no, I am not in this, and what have you. Wow, time is fast spent again. I want to tell you, I will be on this great schedule again with you. And I tell you, by the grace of God, we will be talking again and again by the power of the Almighty. And by His grace, it shall be well in Jesus' name. Have a wonderful time. I am Mike Osigweme Itakweme. Ciao.